So, yeah. Hi, everyone. Welcome to AI Product Management Podcast Series, where we explore ever evolving intersection of artificial intelligence and product management. Today, we have with us Dr. Nancy Lee, a versatile entrepreneur, director of product, YouTuber, and a Forbes featured professional with 8 years of experience in driving cutting edge technology products. Dr. Nancy Lee currently serves as the CEO of PM Accelerator. It's the fastest growing product management professional development company in the industry, known for its alumni network and top rated program, and has a remarkable record of helping over 1,000 product managers securing high paying roles in tech giants and unicorn startups. Her journey from being the youngest engineering PhD to director of product in just 4 years is a testament to her extraordinary career. So she has personally worked in, launched award-winning AI products and mentored many high-paying AI PM roles. Dr. Nancy offers a rare blend of expertise and experience. She has interacted with AI engineers and to the challenges of training AI models. She provides a comprehensive look into the dynamic of world of AI product management. So welcome to AI and Product Podcast, Dr. Nancy Lee.
Thank you for having me, Sherry. And that was a great introduction. Did AI help you to write the introduction?
It did correct. Yeah, it did help. So yeah.
Yeah, I was like, wow, written better than what I had. This is great. I tried to search my name on Bard. I was like, this is amazing how they described me. I should just copy paste and put on LinkedIn introduction.
Maybe you can use this.
Yes.
Yeah. So your story is really inspiring as an immigrant, right? You just came with $800 to United States to pursue your American education. I would love to just hear how you first got into product and then just a little bit of your journey to where you are today and what you've achieved.
Yeah, great question. And actually, I moved to the US with only $800 in my pocket. That was in 2009, right at the very beginning of the 2008 recession, where everybody announces no like jobs and freeze hiring everywhere. And even at the time, I was here to study my PhD. And all the universities announced that they cannot provide scholarship. But as you know, my family literally came from very poor background. We must get scholarship different places. So, but luckily, I was able to still land 5 offers with full scholarship for me to move to the US in 2009. That was very lucky. And then I finished my PhD as one of the youngest engineering PhD from Boston University with 14 publications and 2 patents. And then I started my product management career. Then before that, I started my engineering career. So that was after it's very interesting. So after I got my PhD, the youngest engineering PhD became unemployed because the job market is still very bad around 2012, 2013. And luckily, I landed a job as a systems engineer at Shell Oil, but I literally hated my job so much. I only worked there like for 3 years, but 3 years feels like 30 years because once you hate it, it feels like it's really, really long.
Yes.
So basically, during the job, I had no customer interactions. I was frequently the only woman in the meeting rooms. I felt like people didn't give me the opportunities to shine. And of course, my English freaking broken at the time. And it also intentionally slowed down my green card process. And so that they can keep me forever. And then guess what? I also discovered that my coworkers, they are like just a man, but they get paid like 20% higher than how much I got paid. So everything is like, oh gosh, I hated it. And then they start explore new career paths. And all of a sudden, one day my boyfriend, now husband, and just said, hey, have you heard of something called product management? I was like, oh, never. then I just search and Google what is product management, many different things. And they start also take product management classes from MIT. And then got my first job within 3 months as a product manager. That's how I broke into product management.
So you got into PM before even it was cool.
Yes, exactly. That was totally like, oh, maybe it's better. I want to do some people facing job. at the time,
Mm-hmm.
even if I got PhD. So product management career is so fantastic. It's a combination between technical and business. So they can use my expertise starting from day one. And also that's where I shine
Mm-hmm.
as well. You also need like executive leadership skills in order to
Mm-hmm.
get promoted. I became a director within 4 years later on. That's all
Mm-hmm.
other leadership skills help me out as well. And it is amazing career for everybody to
Yes.
step into.
Yeah, but that's an impressive journey, to be honest. So could you tell me about your PM Accelerator program? Like, I've seen your website and you helped a lot of professionals, to get into jobs like companies like Google, Meta, and all
Mhm.
unicorn startups. So could you tell me more about that?
Yeah, so PM Accelerator was born totally out of passion. And when I was a director, and I just realized that people like me were not on the decision making table. And lots of
Mm-hmm.
immigrants, lots of women, we're perceived as someone who works hard, we're worker bee. But whenever there's a promotion opportunities, people do not
Mm-hmm.
think of us. I was always the youngest or the only woman, female directors, whatever, in many different places. And so once I became a director, I realized how severe the issue is.
Mm-hmm.
So I started to coach people on the side, and funny enough, the first year when I started PMA, I only made $900 the first year.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, you know what? It's more important. People really get the knowledge. I don't care how much money I make. I just really enjoy doing that because everyone deserves a seat on the table, and everyone
Mm-hmm.
deserves to break the glass ceilings, even if you came from very poor background, you don't go to Harvard. You know,
Mm-hmm.
no, the product management career should be available for everybody as long as you're
Yeah.
passionate about it. So I started coaching people on the side, and then all of a sudden I got pregnant, and then my job as a director is very stressful. I frequently
Yeah.
work until midnight. It's crazy. I made a YouTube video
Mm-hmm.
about my day in life as a director product. Literally work until midnight. Sometimes it's a lots of crazy amount of last minute urgent tasks reporting to the chief strategy officer in the middle of dinner time. I need to stop and just work on
Wow.
those and come back. It's like very stressful. And then just got pregnant with my first baby. So I was like, oh gosh, maybe if I stick to
Mm-hmm.
my coaching journey, even if it makes way less money than a director, maybe I can just get started on helping people first and have some work life balance. So I made decision once my baby was born, I quit my director job and then full time focus on PMA. And however, after full time focus on PMA, we made huge impact. We received offers from all possible big name company you can ever imagine. All fan company, Google, Apple, Meta, all fan companies, and like Uber, Tesla. It's like anything you imagine was student break in. And on top of that, we'll also get paid top dollars. My highest student getting
Yes.
paid at $800,000 per year. And
Wow. Yeah.
yeah, Meta L7, and his original salary is only 350 as a director at the non-fan company. So what I will, if we help you to get into Meta, how can we repackage your entire portfolio and show them your value? And his total compensation jumps from 350 to 800K. Of
Wow.
course, when people do not join fan companies, people say, oh, maybe my salary may not be high enough if I don't join fan. No, actually join fan company, at least you get 300K. But if you join non-fan company, we literally have students join some AI company as AI product manager getting paid over 400K, and someone else
Mm-hmm.
joining crypto company also getting over 400K. This is crazy. And also
Yeah.
luckily because
Yeah.
myself, I started my career. My first job was actually AI product manager in 2016. That was,
Wow. Okay.
yeah, that's before AI was cool. I would
Mm-hmm.
just we can tell you more about my part later on, but that was like AI was cool. So I was able to help students get into AI space. Now we have students working as an head of product in AI company, not just one, multiple of them working as head of product in AI companies or become an AI PM. So there's a lot of acceleration and excitement in the product management space. And that's why I like your podcast, specialize in AI and product management. That's
Yeah.
where all the genius come in.
Yeah. You're the right fit. Okay. Let's then talk about AI product management. What AI product have you launched in the past?
Yeah, great question.
Mm-hmm.
So my most proud one and really speaking to my heart was the one that received the Mayor's Best Practice Award. So that was
Mm-hmm.
a smart cities product using
Mm-hmm.
machine vision to reduce car crashes. So
Oh.
you can imagine that's when I started my first job, 2016, and
Mm-hmm.
during that time, the entire world is having a crisis, and saying that people drive a lot on the street right now, and there's a lot of car accidents, and actually US is among one of the worst countries, has way
Yes.
more car accidents. And of course during COVID everything shut down, there's no car accident, people don't drive. But prior to COVID, it was really bad. So at the time I was hired by Verizon to look into the traffic safety issue. And
Mm-hmm.
then we just literally just create our own AI solution, which is to
Mm-hmm.
use smart cameras. You can imagine the smart cameras looking at the street right now, and then
Yes.
they use AI to do image processing in real
Mm-hmm.
time and detect what is cars, pedestrians, and bikers, and analyze interaction among them in real time, and then create
Mm-hmm.
a predictive model regarding, hey, it's more likely given how many cars running red light, given 80% of them speeding, whatever different data we can collect, we can have lots of insight regarding
Yes.
um how do we redesign the street,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe we can just send some police officers immediately jump in to do intervention, to stop those like bad behaviors on the street as well. So that was actually my first product, and I'm also very happy the first product received Mayor's Best Practice Award in 2017, and then we continue to grow this product, and I believe within like 6 months or so, we had this product deployed or test
Mm-hmm.
out in almost like all the leading big cities in the U.S., like New York, San Francisco, all the
Mm-hmm.
larger ones. We also landed $200 million PPP deals. So PPT stands for Public-Private Partnership deals with
Mm-hmm.
like a city of Sacramento,
Mm-hmm.
together as a portfolio of products. So I'm very, very excited regarding how AI was able to change people's lives starting 2016. I believe it also started earlier, but that was my very
Yeah.
first AI product.
Yeah, that's a wonderful use case of AI powered products, right? Helping people on the road. Yes, I think since you have so much experience in building AI powered products, like, could you please tell us, and how does end-to-end AI product management lifecycle will look like, and how it is different from the traditional product management what we do today?
Yeah, great question. So the end-to-end AI product management lifecycle has two layers. The layer number
Mm-hmm.
one is the traditional product management lifecycle. Layer number two is something unique to AI. So
Mm-hmm.
let's bring out the two layers. So all the AI product, we need to understand originally the ideation of the product, which is the same thing as what traditional product management is. So I
Yeah,
recommend everyone still follow the traditional product management framework regarding ideation, what the need, the desire, customer
it's the
interview,
same.
different
Yeah.
things. And then the step two is actually a new framework, which
Mm-hmm.
you need to literally develop the AI model
Yes.
to really figure out, is AI actually going to solve the problem or not? If so, what different kind of parameters goes into building this AI model? How would you
Mm-hmm.
collect those data to train the AI model? What's your KPI to define the success of your
Mm-hmm.
AI model? So
Mm-hmm.
those are different from traditional product management because that requires more research or AI engineering. That's also where
Yes.
the AI ML data scientists and those kind of people come in as well. So the success of your product has a lot to do with how good your training data is, how would you build your data model, and different things. So that's
Mm-hmm.
become a phase number two. In
Mm-hmm.
general, this phase doesn't exist in the traditional product management um, development cycle. Now, phase
Got
number
it.
three went back to the
Mm-hmm.
traditional product management lifecycle, which is actually
Mm-hmm.
building your MVP. So you have
Yes.
your model, ideally is going to address some problem, and then you build the MVP to really see how AI is actually going to solve the problem. Scientifically speaking, yeah, some models can do ABCD things, but how will customers really use it? That's a different story. and are they going to purchase it? Or you can design different kind of business model around it. So that's a phase number 2. That's where the software engineers come in. You build a model, then you have real software engineer to really run applications on top of an AI model and really package it in that to become a product. There's differences
Got it.
between science, building a model, scientists building a model, and then actually become a product. So that becomes phase number 3. So now phase number 4 is also very similar to product management lifecycle, which is all the GTM, go-to-market strategy. But phase number 4, we also add more things regarding the AI governance and ethic issue around
Yes.
your AI product. So when you really package and design it, so that's more towards relatively later stage of the product. Of course, you can bring up the issue of the ethic issue as early as possible when you build the model. So those should be considered early as well. But the product management lifecycle in reality has lots of overlap with the traditional PM lifecycle.
Got it. So let's talk about the phase 3, what you said, right? The MVP. So in traditional product management, the MVP could be just a Figma prototype, right? You can test it with users, run over it. But how does MVP look like for AI products? Like,
Great
do you
question.
really need a model? That's what the
Yes, great
question is.
question. So let me tell you in real life how we build it using my smart cities product as an example. First of all, let's let people understand the layers of model we build first, which is phase number 2. You must understand our big data model. Okay, so the same technology actually is used by self-driving car. That's why I also know like self-driving car technology a lot. Just like the angle of the camera is different and how the data is used is different, which we're going to tell you more. Okay, so the foundation of the model is that, let's say there's a lot of smart cameras, just like police officer camera, any kind of camera out there. Okay, but smart camera means they're able to process those image in real time, have some like intelligence runs in it, right? So our data model is considered as the following. Number 1, there's foundation layer, which is object detection. As I give you any video or even any picture, even right now, right? So AI needs to identify, oh, this is a microphone.
Yes.
Oh, this is a face, or this is a human, and or this is the headset, whatever different things, or oh, this is earrings we're wearing, like things like this. Okay, that's called object detection. When we build the model to help cities to reduce car crashes, object detections including cars, pedestrians, and bikers. And later on, cities also ask us, hey, can you detect people on wheelchairs or motorbikes, different kind of mode of transportation? But it's all called object detection. This foundation of the AI model. Now, in order to have high accuracy of the training model, we need to bring in lots of data to tell the smart cameras, and that's called labeling. We label the object first and also start training it to increase detection if accuracy. Let's say, oh, I have confidence 95% of the chance what I see right now from AI perspective is a car. They have confidence labels and result on top of the object detection. Okay, that's how we train the layer 1 model. And then when we train the layer 2 model on top of it, is that now if I put whatever the labeling in the very complex situation, let's say intersection, there's a cars literally running red light or different lanes or changing lanes and right turn, left turn. And then not only need to tell it's a car, you also need to be able to track the trajectory of the car. Oh, if it's coming from north to south, you must track the trajectory of the moving car. So, oh, coming from the north to the south, oh, it also made the right turn. And you also need to measure the speed. Will the speed 20 miles per hour? No problem. 50 miles per hour? That's bad. And you also need to understand the geographical location. That's where the self-driving car, like 3D mapping, similar things coming in, which, oh, I have a car, I have an object. If a car driving 20 miles per hour towards the intersection on the road, that's no problem. If a car is driving 20 20 miles per hour on the side street. That's really bad. I
Okay.
don't care if it's 20 miles per hour, 50 miles per hour. That's really bad. Okay. So just like you build a model for sure, and now you put a real in 3D environment is also different. And
Yeah.
it's so much complexity, and also there's a timestamp timing around it. Yeah, you can drive 50 miles per hour. If the light is green, no problem. Well, if the light is red, that's bad. That's really bad. Um, so funny. So 2 days after we install our original like equipment on the street or the smart
Mm-hmm.
camera, different thing, we actually detected and also filmed the entire like car crash was
Wow.
in the intersection. People literally like turn, like knock over the light pole, almost killing another pedestrian. It's like crazy stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
So now here's the model. As I said, it's a foundation model, and you train in a real life environment,
Yes.
right? You train both, and then you deploy. Now,
Mm-hmm.
as you said, the in real life MVP itself, here's what it look like. Our MVP is that first of all, you train them. It's fine after you train. Our MVP looks like, hey, after we load the pre-trained data model inside
Mm-hmm.
a smart camera,
Got
and
it.
then we deploy. At the time, we deploy like 4 smart cameras in one intersection. Right now, we don't need it. I only need 2. At the time, we just like try
Mm-hmm.
to put more so that we can capture
Yeah.
everything, including rats on the street, by something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Everything on the street. So the MVP looks like there's a smart camera with also compute unit called RSU next to smart camera, and
Mm-hmm.
also with some like not Wi-Fi, a 4G LTE connectivity at the time. Right now it should be 5G, and that was 2016. Different kind of connectivities, and
Mm-hmm.
then we just hand those cameras on the
Mm-hmm.
street at one intersection and
Mm-hmm.
let it detect all the detections and car crashes and all the complex environment I described, and
Mm-hmm.
also see how accurate the description is. And then we also manually check the accuracy because there's a
Mm-hmm.
KPI you need to hit. When you say there is a car running a red light, you'd better to be right. Or when you say there is a car having a car accident, you'd better be right
Yeah.
as well. And when you say this person looks like a human, you better to be 95% accurate compared with this is a car. So all those need to be measured after we deploy the MVP. But the MVP itself, very simple. You have algorithm, you run in the smart cameras, you have a compute unit right next to it, and you have Wi-Fi or 4G LTE connectivities and sending the real-time data back up to the cloud. That's our first MVP.
Got it. So you touched upon, you need high quality data to train your
Mm,
models. Like, there's a big debate on how much data is even required to train your model. So do you have any thoughts on that?
yeah, great question. So, uh, depends on the industry standard of
Mm-hmm.
the product, the AI product you're building, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when in 2016, when we start to build our machine vision product, at the time,
Mm-hmm.
basically you can describe it's like hours, tens of thousands of hours of real-time footage we have
Mm-hmm.
deployed to train our AI model. But in general, there's a formula which is like there's each AI model had different kind of parameters to go in.
Yes.
So you need to be like 10 times higher than the parameter you're going to train it. But it's a 10
Mm-hmm.
times or 100 times or 1,000 times higher, whatever. Let's say, of course, the more the better, but data is also very expensive. Um,
Yes.
yeah, so the way we actually define is that 10 times more, 20 times more, whatever. What's the right balance? Okay, with also
Yes.
affordable
Mm-hmm.
process, and also like have enough speed to be able to beat the market, to be the first one who launches product, the combination of everything together. So what we decide to do is we define the KPI, which
Okay.
is let's define what the success metrics of our AI model or our MEP. We define the AI model first, then we deploy in the real life 3D environment, and then
Mm-hmm.
that's another KPI as well. Like for example, for our layer number 1, we have the
Mm-hmm.
object detection layer. Um, right now the accuracy is high. I think at the time maybe it's 85%. detection accuracy is considered good. I think right now it's
Good.
like 95% or
95, yeah.
yeah, or 98%. The number has been pushing up like, in the past 10 years since has
Mm-hmm.
improved. But we basically takes what's normal in the industry. At least you can hit at 85%, okay, or 95%,
Mm-hmm.
whatever the industry standard at the time. So the
Mm-hmm.
goal is let's feed the first like bulk of data and train it and
Mm-hmm.
see how much we can improve until we hit the number, at least you hit the industry standard
Yeah,
number. Yeah. So
got it.
that's how we decide in real life how much of the data we can use. And nowadays, the AI space has evolved, and getting access to data looks like everyone can get access to data right now. It's like ChatGPT just scrape the internet and putting all
Yes.
the everyone's information. That's how you find my bio and written by ChatGPT. Yeah, it's very cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
and Bard is actually also very good. I made another video about Bard as well.
Mm-hmm.
This is also very good. All the information available nowadays. The dynamic is different because nowadays we call that the data is a new field for
Yes.
AI. People can hire very smart PhDs from MIT and just build your AI models. All sounds theoretically correctly. What if you don't have enough data to train? And the
Mm-hmm.
quality of the data is
Yes.
also different, right? So there's many different things. People are fighting for data right now. So
Yeah.
the market has evolved.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree. It's like bread and butter for models, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, yes, since you have experience, building AI products, could you give me an example? Like, how did you work with data scientists, ML engineers, and data engineers? Because in traditional product management, today we closely work with designers, our software engineers, but the landscape changes with AI product management.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell you in real life what does it look like. We do have our separate AI team. It's a completely say AI ML team, data scientist, completely separate. We also have a separate like training, like the training model, the teams. We also build our internal tool, the
Mm-hmm.
sandbox environment, the tool to do labeling, the tool to do
Yes.
training. We literally built at the time, 2016, we built lots of things in-house. We also use lots of existing models from NVIDIA at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how we work with these people is that first of all, let's define the team structure. And compared with
Mm-hmm.
traditional PM, as you said, there's just product managers, software engineering team, the architect, and UI UX designers. And later on, we launch product, there's legal, salespeople involved.
Yes.
Um, and for AI team, and actually any AI product, you have your separate AI ML team who is
Yeah.
responsible for just build a model, number one,
Mm-hmm.
and training the data. So the way we work with them is it's not too agile, to be frank. It's not like daily stand up, AI engineer, how much have you trained yesterday? And we don't do that. It's more
Mm-hmm.
towards, hey, we have like weekly sync up meeting. They're
Okay.
going to give us what's the latest update regarding, hey, in the past week or two, we built this AI model, looks like this with this parameter. I was like, cool, okay. So you build a model, and then in 2 weeks, whatever, and then we also work on a plan together regarding how do we collect data, where's the data coming from? Do we buy data? Do
Mm-hmm.
we pay someone to label those images?
Mm-hmm.
Different ways to do it. At the time, there's some company called Mighty AI. They sell pre-labeled data to us. We
Mm-hmm.
also have companies in actually, and NVIDIA at the time will also use some foundation object detection model from NVIDIA, and they are leader in the industry. No wonder their
Yes.
stock price went up significantly at the beginning of the AI era.
Yeah.
Um, and then we also use our internal resources, not internal, like contractor resources. Basically, at the time, we hired lots of European interns in the summer to do labeling. So basically, you give them a video of any street with cars, different
Yes.
things, and the label they will put the labels in that this is a car, this is a
This
truck,
is not a,
this is
yeah,
a
got it.
pedestrian. So they do this for us. So
Mm-hmm.
that's we use three different ways to collect data, and all those AI engineers are working with us to collect data and also take the data to really train the AI model. As I said, we have our own tools
Mm-hmm.
to create the sandbox environment, and also labeling, and to speed up
Mm-hmm.
the process, and also continuously checking the accuracy of the detections. And so we,
Mm-hmm.
at the time, we also even have a dedicated PM only leading the AI training team. His
Mm-hmm.
goal is to, let's make sure that all the platform, so basically the layer one of our model, you can see that as a platform. You must be
Yeah.
able to tell it's a car's pedestrian, right? Before you can even say they hit the person or not, right? Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
his team, basically, I want to make sure I produce as high accuracy as possible to create those AI models. And then product managers like me, we can build a layer two model. And also someone
Got it.
else, let's say we have parking product managers, he can run parking model, the 3D environment parking, on top of his foundation model as well. So different layers of structures. At the time, we have just a 1 PM. He's not customer facing, he's more engineering facing, very technical. Say, hey guys, let's train this, let's do this. But me, um, I still do those guy like weekly or bi-weekly, different kind,
Got
depends on
it.
how fast they grow. The make progress in training the building data model and training all the data set, and what kind of help we can provide, and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes strategize what does it look like to grow the team, make it faster. So that's how we work with them. um, yeah, that's in a high level. Yeah, that's roughly it's more at the front end of developing the models.
Makes sense. Totally makes sense. So let's talk about a bit of strategy, right? AI has the potential to impact the product management workflow. We just discussed about how the end-to-end product management look like how does it influence roadmaps and strategies significantly? Like, do you use any kind of a framework to draft AI product strategy?
Yeah, great question.
Mm.
Actually, I taught AI strategy inside a PM Accelerator like
Oh.
in the summer a few
Mm-hmm.
months ago. And the framework we use is called Gucci framework. So Gucci framework
Mm-hmm.
has this. I invented Gucci framework myself. Sounds very fancy, like Gucci brand.
Yes, go ahead. Yes, I've never heard of it, yeah, but I want to know more about it.
So we
Yeah.
invented Gucci framework, and then for AI product, we also plugged in more AI specific things on top
Okay.
of that framework. So the way it works is regarding the product strategy for AI product. Number one, actually, the case we did is what should Google do in the space of AI?
Mm-hmm.
We lay out a 10-year strategy, and also the Gucci framework was so powerful, so funny. Um, Gucci framework has been invented for like 3 years by me. And then
Mm-hmm.
earlier we used the Gucci framework to apply this to Uber, and it's called should Lyft enter the India market or not? Guess what? Is
Mm-hmm.
even if the case examples for Lyft, but same strategy can be applied for Uber, but slightly different because of bigger.
Yeah.
Uber literally implemented the strategies we developed one
Wow.
year later. I literally did the same case. Was like if we run this case, they're gonna develop this on the roadmap. We lay out 10-year
Mm-hmm.
roadmap.
Mm-hmm.
1 year later, they did exactly what we put on the roadmap for Lyft
Mm-hmm.
equals Uber in that case. It's crazy. Literally exactly the same thing. Wow, it's very powerful. So now
Wow.
let me give you guys the Gucci framework, how we
Yes.
develop the product strategy for AI in general. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so Gucci framework stands for goals and mission. What's the goals and mission of the company? Very high level, with
Mm-hmm.
everyone understand it.
Yeah.
U stands for unmet needs. Unmet needs is
Okay.
different from traditional today product
Mm-hmm.
management. Life cycle is more about, hey, it's improve something. It's more big unmet needs. We like to look at blue ocean strategy unmet needs. So let me also define blue ocean, red ocean. So blue ocean
Yeah.
is more this the snow shark. Red ocean
Yeah.
is a shark biting, fighting, become red ocean. So unmet needs, we want to make it as big as possible, like not just today, maybe tomorrow, few years down the road, something big, not able to address unless you are Elon Musk creating something crazy, amazing. Yeah. Those kind of unmet needs, those kind of big
Mm-hmm.
unmet needs the unmet needs may not be able to address today, but big unmet needs. And then afterwards is C, customer segmentation, straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
And then another C. two C's in Gucci framework: competition,
Mm-hmm.
and I
Mm-hmm.
stands for the integrated ecosystem. So
Got it.
most people are confused about integrated ecosystem. Integrated
Mm-hmm.
ecosystem stands for what would this company do in the integrated value chain. For example, you have internal resources as, let's say, as Google, internal
Mm-hmm.
resources regarding AI. Google has TensorFlow.
Yes.
Google also have Waymo. I put Waymo in the space of AI as well because the similar kind of machine vision detection,
Yes.
that's what we do it, right? So Google already have all those existing resources. Google have Bard right now, and Google
Mm-hmm.
right now, they also have lots of training data, right?
Yes.
All the data. They have all the consumer data, your email. Oh my goodness, everything. Where do you live?
Everything.
Then Google
Yeah.
Maps, okay? So those called internal systems. They have those strengths.
Resources. Yeah.
Externally, who is Google's best friends or
Mm-hmm.
partners? Maybe legally Google is in good relationship with someone in Washington. That's also part of the external partnership. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
anything. Or maybe Google can, I don't know, maybe Google want to buy Hugging Faces someday and become another Google. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There's all the all the different resources you have within the ecosystem specific to the company. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why the integrated ecosystem is different. Even it's a part of strategy framework, sounds the same, Gucci framework, but you apply for different companies different. Let's say you've applied the same framework to Apple or
Mm-hmm.
Meta.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say Meta is completely different. Meta doesn't have self-driving car, but Meta has lots of social media data.
Yes.
They are not known for AI to begin with. Oh yeah, they have Instagram, some kind of like content recommendation on Instagram has some AI
Yes.
in it, but significantly different from the landscape of Google inside of Google's integrated ecosystem.
Yes.
Okay, so now let's put the AI layer on top of it. So now
Mm-hmm.
for AI, for example, when I taught my students for the AI space, the number one thing I saw lots of people missing
Mm-hmm.
what's the important strategy of AI is that they see AI only as a consumer usage because everyone right now we see consumers, right? Um,
Yes.
but there's only one third of the entire usage, the individual people like us, or even researchers, different people out there. But there's also enterprise, and
Mm-hmm.
then the second customer segmentation, and third one is developers.
Mm-hmm.
So all those three different customer segmentation, they're looking for something different. The unmet
Yes.
needs for them is different. Your go-to-market strategy is different, and your business model is different for any of them right now. So that's
Mm-hmm.
why. So like a ChatGPT is more the foundations for everything. But ChatGPT we can
Yeah.
use it, but developer can build things on top of ChatGPT.
Yes.
We literally, for example, in real life, let's use enterprise customers as an example. I literally have a good friend at what's the shopping hold on, Instacart.
Instacart. Okay.
Okay, she's a data scientist. I was like, how do you guys use AI, right? So I got some insider tips from them. For example, Instacart right now, if you go to Instacart, there's two things they do. Number one, on the website you can see lots of
Mm-hmm.
chatbot. They're integrated with ChatGPT
Yes.
right now. ChatGPT is
Yes.
answering your questions, and then of course
Yes.
they need to give their grocery list of information to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT is answering questions right now. So this is more enterprise application. Now
Yes.
another more advanced application is that the different groceries out there, and also different each time they go into new grocery store, they need to categorize what this is. My bread has a nature's own butter bread.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my, that's right now. So and now in the past they have a human to do labeling to say, oh,
Mm-hmm.
nature's own butter bread is a bread.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as healthy because it doesn't have whole grains. Different things. Oh, it belongs to what kind of category of? I think it's what category is bread sit in? It's not fresh produce,
Fre-
whatever.
fresh. Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's the flower category. I don't know. It's like categories, right? So they need to any new grocery store. That's
Clustering.
all the
Yeah.
new stuff. And then instead of have a human to map out everything, they just dump all the inventory of product to ChatGPT.
Mm-hmm.
ChatGPT is going to give labeling to say, oh, this bread is this category. and the category above bread is this different kind of category. They map it. I'm not grocery expert, but basically they have different categories of product,
Yes.
and each grocery store has like literally
Yes.
thousands of small things on the shelves right now. So they use ChatGPT to organize everything for them.
Yes. Yes.
So
And I think
that's
they're also, yeah,
go ahead.
they're also providing some recipes out of the
Okay.
list. So yeah, lots of things happening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So that's where the real application of ChatGPT, that's where the enterprise coming in. Even if it's a B2B to C product in this case, but it's more B2B when startups or companies offering those kind of like services out there. That's another customer segmentation who actually pay for lots of money right now. We see more company who raise funding just by
Mm-hmm.
doing enterprise applications. Nowadays in the VC space, they add a little bit more things to make the enterprise application more efficient. They'll start raise lots of funding, and lots of companies, a lot of demand from enterprise companies looking for those kind of using AI to make things better for the customers and much more efficient. Also, to be frank, pay less money for AI engineers to retrain everything. So they just do those integrations. So that's where the AI strategies coming in. Of course, we must understand the entire landscape, competitors, different new technology, new things in the AI
Mm-hmm.
space, and also different 5 layers or different kind of Gen AI and development, everything, all the new things we need to understand. That goes into C part of framework, which is competition, competitive landscape, and then
Yes.
understand what's the internal integrated system. So everything line up together, you can create an outstanding product strategy for AI product.
That's a wonderful framework. I think I'm going to use it in my work.
Yeah, everyone can
So
just go to my YouTube channel and
yes.
just Google best product strategy framework, and it's on my YouTube channel. It's called Gucci framework. Even the thumbnail is like Gucci thumbnail.
Wow.
That Gucci
Yeah.
thumbnail with my face.
You'll definitely get more clicks on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let's end this podcast, right? Let's end with a very interesting question. What is your favorite tool right now? AI tool which you use daily and which has made impact in your life?
To be frank, the one
Uh-huh.
I use the most is ChatGPT, to be frank.
Mm-hmm.
But there are other products we are
Mm-hmm.
exploring,
Mm-hmm.
such as there's a lot of note-taking apps and AI tools out there. There's Otter AI, Read AI, different kind of AI, also notes-taking summary tools out
Yes.
there. But the foundation things our team use is ChatGPT.
ChatGPT.
That
Mm-hmm.
that's for sure the how they write stuff. I even use it to create a job description, and our
Mm-hmm.
marketing team to use to write some post, not blog posts.
Mm-hmm.
Blog posts it will be detected by Google. They cannot rank high for SEO, but
Yes.
some smaller posts and different things on social media or say things nicer.
Mm-hmm.
ChatGPT, our team use it every single day. Was in PM Accelerator. I also have another student of mine. His intern become an AI PM, so he built his product portfolio by taking the data from our communities, product manager accelerator
Mm-hmm.
communities, and integrated with ChatGPT and trying to train to see if we can build a chatbot to answer any of
Chatbot,
my
yeah.
students' questions as well. So ChatGPT is something I use to day-to-day basis, but we also trying to explore with, like, for example, Jira. They have those kind of like AI tools on Jira help you to write product
Yes.
requirement better, and also the latest one I learned is Adobe. You can also
Adobe,
start
yes.
to create some graphics on Adobe. Canva also have AI features goes into
Yes.
it. We also use Canva for my companies as well. So it looks like
Mm-hmm.
is getting used everywhere. But as a product manager and also the foundation things, more technical things we use when we build an
Mm-hmm.
AI product is more NVIDIA, those kind of foundation training model.
Yes.
That's just not that's different. That's not like productivity tools anymore. It's just like
But yeah,
how can I train
technology,
those
yeah.
more technical
Got it.
tools? Yeah, those are something I really like. I highly recommend everyone to just go check out NVIDIA, and their training model is better than Google's and other companies. And you should check out NVIDIA. Free advertising.
Re-advertising, yeah, sure. I think that was a wonderful session. Too many insights. Thank you so much, Dr. Nancy Lee, for being part of this podcast. I'm sure this is going to be helpful to so many aspiring AI product managers over there. Yeah, thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me. And everyone, you feel free to check out our YouTube content.
Hmm.
We have lots of AI product management free training
Yeah.
on YouTube as well. Product management career is available for everybody, including AI product management career. People just need to get started right now and take some AI courses. We also recommend AI courses for everyone to get
Yes.
started right away.
Yeah, sure. Yes, please, everyone check out Dr. Nancy Lee's YouTube channel. She has a great content on AI product management.
Thank you for having me, Siri.